If I may, I'll make the motion a little later on. My name is John Simmons, and I work for the Rhode Island Public Expenditure Council.
I'm sorry, we can't hear
The
you.
Rhode Island Public Expenditure Council. We are going to ask for no action to be taken on this plan for two reasons. One, I think, is mentioned by Mr. Stenhouse. I think another is in regards to the breadth and depth of the study. I think a lot of work's been done on it. I think we need to take the time back and allow a lot more public comment on the plan itself. Second, you had an election in November. You have a new governor, and you call, if I read the page correctly, page 9 of your plan, this plan, you call upon the governor to execute this plan. So the governor that you have today is not going to be the governor that you have in January. The team around her will be different than what you have today. Without having any input from that governor and that team on this plan, what you're going to say, you implement the plan to which we have adopted that you have no participation. We think it's a wrong policy, it's the wrong way to establish policy. We're talking less than 60 days before she takes office, and she has her people around her. The Secretary of Commerce, which you mentioned in this document. I can go on, and I'll go through point by point later on when you get into the plan, but our position is very strongly that this is a plan that has come to a point. I think it needs to stop. I think you need to have some impact on the new governor, the team that's around the governor, before you take any action on this plan. We think it would be wrong. It would be rushing it. We don't think you need to do it within the next 60 days, 90 days, or 100 days. So we feel very strongly that this should be postponed for further analysis, both by the public and by the governor and her new team.
So I'm just going to comment on that. As you very well know, this plan has been scheduled in the manner it's been scheduled to comport with state law that asks both the Commerce RI and the Division of Planning to submit a plan to the General Assembly. Actually, our due date was October 31st of last month, so we are already slightly late.
And I believe that's a law that RIPEC was very instrumental in promoting.
Correct. And the purpose of this plan is to serve as the beginning of the transition to the new governor, as is done in Massachusetts, and that was legislation that you supported. So we are trying to meet the law. We're a little late in meeting the law, but we did provide the draft to the leadership of both the House and the Senate. What they decide to do with that law, with this plan, and what the new governor decides to do with it is completely up to them. But we are under a legislative mandate to produce the plan, and I believe you know that. So let me add.
Maybe a response to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say to you, when this was originally done 2 years ago, the concept of this plan was substantially different than what has come out from the process. What we were seeking was not a plan for which you talk about where the priority of this plan is equity, social justice, as opposed to economic development.
Well, you are entitled to your opinion on that.
Well, thank you very much for that, but I would also appreciate saying part of this was when we originally talked about the legislation, we wanted it much sooner, yes, but it's not done. You now are talking less than 60 days, and you're now talking about a new governor coming into the parliament. You came 2 years ago when this was enacted, when it was not a new governor, it was essentially the same governor staying in place. So I would like to say, go back to my same comment that this would make most sense to provide some time for the new governor and for a team.
And the new governor will have ample time, regardless of what this committee does or what the State Planning Council does, to weigh in on this plan.